what do you guys think of the advice? Just be yourself.
Okay, so here it comes again. I mean, being yourself means that you're going up to a woman and you don't know what to talk about. That is being yourself in today's context. You just got to stay there, look at her, and just rambling on. Just because she's beautiful, you're also going to be nervous. So being yourself in that state is not very helpful. So being yourself is actually more about learning how to communicate in the way that you want to communicate. Not until then can you be yourself. And I used to say that if you really want to be good with women, you have to be much more yourself than you've ever been before. And you have to be authentic. And in order to be authentic, you need to inject curiosity in your mindset. So instead of focusing about you, about what you are doing, how cool you are, and what you want in life, you have to shift it over and make it about her instead. To be really curious about what is going on in her life, in depth, that goes beyond just the beauty that we see. Not until then do you have the right mindset to alter the behavior that can support that mindset. And now we're going into, real interpersonal communication skills that I believe guys need to learn in order to be themselves more than ever before. To be authentic is nothing that you really get born with. You really have to learn to be yourself. I mean, most of my clients, they are not someone who want to go with polygamy or something. They just want to find a girlfriend and be with an attractive girlfriend, and they're happy. But the truth is, it's like they just don't know how to be themselves, how to be authentic. So it's very, very important here to really look at what is actually the goal with the woman holistically. If you look at the beautiful woman and you get all this feeling that you really desire this woman, you need to shift your mindset to know more about her than just the look. That is the trick to actually go away from the spell of she's being beautiful and actually learn something. It's a conscious act that you have to take in order to take a step back and really be able to communicate for real. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I like to say, especially recently, find your own uniqueness. There is some truth in just be yourself, but it's just free words, so it's extremely vague. If you're telling some potato head with no personality to just be himself, he's not going to be very exciting. So if we were to replace one of those words, maybe we could say something along the lines of just create yourself, just build yourself, become a better self that you currently are. Because if I stayed the same as I was 10 years ago, I wouldn't have my own YouTube channel. I wouldn't have my own best-selling book. I wouldn't have this or that. I would be a completely different person. I never would have done stand-up comedy. That never would have got me here or there or any other place. Improving yourself is such a key thing. People talk a lot about authenticity, which is definitely necessary, but having your own uniqueness is something I have pretty much been forced to live, having a weird name myself. And finding my own uniqueness is a way that I was able to stand out. It could even be little things, like some people might be able to relate to having pretty cool rings on their fingers, maybe, or some crazy fashion style that they have. Some people take it overboard. Some people are subtle about it. Finding your own uniqueness is a great way to go about it, but you can't expect to be a sucker for all your life and expect things to happen. Improving your communication. A lot of people recommend like going to the gym. I'm a lazy fuck, so it doesn't really matter to me. So some people may also be, especially any Americans watching, you will especially relate to this, but you don't have to go to the gym. If you want to, that's another way you can go. Personally, I don't anymore, but finding your own uniqueness is one of the key ideas I'm currently thinking about in terms of that.
And do you guys think it's harder now or before social media?
I think it's actually harder, but not for someone who can communicate. Then it might even be easier. So people that I've taught communication skills, normal social skills can make it easier today, I think, than it was before. But if you don't know how to communicate with women, and also you don't know how to approach women, something we used to call cold approaches. If you don't go and approach women and start a conversation, it will be hard. But if we come from the perspective that you're actually doing something and you have conversational skills, I haven't seen anything that is harder today than back in the days or something like that. I've seen a very good success rate with guys just being able to go to the woman, start talking, having a normal conversation, and score, getting her number, and then later on go on a date. I haven't seen anything that actually sticks out. I've heard people saying that, I used a certain dating method and I had to approach several hundred women to score one date. I've never experienced anything like that. Most of people that can actually go and interact with women, and those women being available, meaning not married, not having a boyfriend and so on, have been very open to go for a date and so on. So I've seen guys going up to like 5, 6, 7 girls maybe, and then actually get one date and then can make something happen. So I cannot say that would be hard in that sense. So no, I don't believe that. I just believe that people lack communication skills today. And I also want to be very clear on one thing. I know that a lot of people say that just be yourself as something moral, like something morally thing that guys should think about. But I'm not saying that. If we're going to look at it objectively, in order to be able to talk with women in the depth that actually trigger attraction, trigger the brain chemistry to make them feel attracted for you, you have to be more yourself than ever before. You have to be authentic. You have to be able to take conversation into depth where it matters. You see, the scientific papers are very clear. It doesn't say that you're going to flash off with a lot of things and telling a lot of funny stories or telling a lot of interesting stories to captivate the woman to just fall in love with you. That is not what the scientific papers are saying. They are saying that in order to really trigger the attraction in women, the first step is to make them talk about what they think about things, with the guy being a true listener. And that is what we need to apply to the dating field. And we have to be ourselves more than before, because we have to listen to what she says and we have to be able to listen.